Hello everyone. So today we're going to do the allotment challenge. The bearded gardener, a fellow Florida gardener, has challenged me, and so I am accepting the challenge. And I've got my lovely wife here with me
Hey
because
y'all.
she is the answer to one of these questions here. Um, so we'll just go ahead and get right into it. Number one, how long have you had your plot? We just recently moved to Florida. Actually, I've been here about 2 years now, but I was here a year before and lived in a condo while we were waiting to find a house. She wanted to move to Florida, said make it happen, so this is where we ended up. So we haven't had the house that long, maybe what, about a year now?
A little over a year, just a little over a year.
Little over a year.
So,
So we started the garden earlier this year, maybe 8 months.
yeah, I'd say
right.
so.
About
Around
8 months.
March, April.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Yeah, when the weather was a little warmer. Yeah, because there was just too much in the backyard. You didn't really have time.
This place we bought, as you've seen in some other videos, this is a renovation fixer-upper, and we've had a little bit of everything to do. So the backyard was terrible. So we did have to do a lot of work with that. Number two, how long did you wait for your allotment? Didn't really apply to us. We don't, because we plant in the backyard. So we're not a community gardener or anything. So didn't apply to us. Where did you learn about gardening? I learned from her. Funny story. More than once, she threatened to leave me and divorce me if I didn't start eating healthier. When we first met, I played sports, I played soccer, didn't eat great. I ate the standard American diet, sad diet, and just did not eat well at all. So after 3 or 4 years
Of being married?
3 or 4 years of being married, plus
Yes.
2 years of
Harassing by his wife.
dating.
Oh.
2 years when we were dating, I guess. So anywhere from 4 to 6 years, I finally started eating a little bit better. Now,
A little, just a little.
it
It took forever. He's still working on it.
I am still working on some things.
I'm waiting for him to eat bitter squash.
Bitter squash. Probably not going to happen.
Very healthy.
But I'd eaten tomatoes and lettuce, iceberg lettuce, prior to that. And that was about the extent. Canned corn.
Canned corn, French fries.
French
It's
fries.
just vegetable.
That was my vegetable. Yeah. So, not the greatest. But I've come a long way, I'll say. I've actually been...
Thank God.
I've actually been vegetarian a couple of times. I'm going to cycle back around to being vegetarian. I've been vegan as well, and I really eat a lot of vegetables now. Do you want to say anything about number 3?
Where did you learn about gardening? I learned it from my parents. I grew up gardening with my parents. That's one of our staples. I came from a large family, and so my parents were always outside gardening. They were either gardening or my dad would go fishing. So that was our main source of food.
Do you plant a winter garden? Traditionally, I'm going to say no, because we're from Arkansas and it gets really cold. As a matter of fact, we were there last week and it was literally freezing. So we didn't really plant a winter garden. Here in Florida, it's not bad.
Yeah, pretty warm.
Yeah, today is what, January the 2nd, 3rd?
Third.
January
Yeah,
3rd,
3rd.
2016, and it's not cold at all. I mean,
I think it was like 50 something.
yeah, something
So
like
that's
that.
not bad for gardening at all.
It's not bad.
Gardening.
Yeah, I think tomorrow's supposed to be down in the 30s, and then we had in October there was a few 30s, but around here people will get bundled up when it's 50, and I'm like, man, what's wrong? So not this year. We don't. We do have. What do we have? We have some crucifers. We have some broccoli going, some romaine lettuce, some Swiss chard.
He does the vegetables. I prefer flowers. I'm clueless. I don't really know what he's planted out in the back.
I forget what all I've got going back there. I think that's about it for winter. Of course, all of my other plants are still kind of kicking along because it's not really cold around here. So.
And we have a lot of trees. We have a lot of fruit trees and vegetable trees.
Right.
Avocado is a vegetable tree, right? Is that a vegetable?
I don't know. Avocado would
you
be
might have
a
to
fruit.
edit this part.
Avocado would be fruit.
Okay.
Because it has the seed.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right.
Science. That makes sense.
What was your biggest success this year / ever?
Ever.
Ever. Peach tree back home.
Peach tree, and I've always had good success with
lemongrass.
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 What is the pomegranate? We've always had good success with pomegranate.
Yep.
I think those are your easiest things to grow.
Those are back home. The only thing we have here, really, we do have some small pomegranates that we bought this year.
So it'll take a few years before they start.
Take a few years, right? Back home we have an Eversweet. Here we have the the wonderful style of pomegranate. So I would say that's it, really.
Okay.
I mean, lemongrass if you had to choose.
Yeah, lemongrass is very simple.
Yeah.
Stick in the ground. There you go.
What has been your biggest gardening disaster? I'm going to say this year, first and foremost, I planted several things under shade because the trees hadn't really grown in and we didn't know the lot.
He didn't know. I told him. He didn't listen. Never listened.
I didn't know. How about that? All right. I didn't.
But I'll let him do what he wants to do. That way he learns.
When the trees all grew in, it shaded out the entire front lot. Now we have since tore out one tree. We had one tree that we cut down.
About a month ago.
Yeah. Around here, it's a Chinese tallow, also known as a popcorn tree. If any of you know that, that thing's terrible.
Lots of seeds.
Lots of seeds, and they grow everywhere. So we did cut that out, but I'm still not going to grow up front again this year. Just it's not worth the hassle. I'm going to put the sprinkler system in the back, and so.
We're doing the front too. I have to have my flowers.
Okay. Well, I mean for gardening.
Okay. Well, gardening. Yep.
Okay.
Flowers. You're talking about food. I'm talking about flowers.
So this is the way it started. She was originally the teacher, and then I had to start fixing her plants. So now the student has become the teacher, so I have to help her out with her plants.
I don't know if you've ever became a teacher. You still need a lot of practice.
Oh, let's not talk about that flower.
What flower?
That flower.
A gardenia?
Well, no, not only gardenia, the
Camellia?
No, not the camellia. What was that? The one that's like a rose.
Camellias.
No.
Oh, peonies.
Peonies.
Or people pony.
Peonies.
Peonies. I like to say peonies.
Peonies.
Okay. All
So,
right.
but anyway, yeah, that
My
was
favorite flower.
I had to rescue that for her. Yeah. Let's see. Let's move on. Oh, we didn't even talk about our biggest gardening disaster other than shade. Also, the eggplant, but the eggplant was a disaster because of the squirrels. The squirrels around here are just awful. They kept eating my eggplant when they would get to be about that big. Eggplant,
disappointment every time because I was hoping loofah, eggplants.
Everything. They would just eat
I was
them.
waiting for them to grow, and the next day they're gone.
So those were our disasters.
The other disaster is bugs. There's a lot of cockroach, what do they call it here?
Palmetto.
Palmettos.
Yeah.
Oh my
I don't know what it is about Florida. They call them palmetto bugs. They're just giant cockroaches.
Nasty looking things. But he torched them up.
Yeah.
Instead of spraying
Chemicals. We try not to use chemicals at all. So I did get my flamethrower and
made sure to have a just in case there's a fire.
Fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher. Yes. We
but
didn't want to start a big fire and can't control it.
Stink bugs too.
Oh yes, stink bugs.
Stink bugs.
A lot of stink bugs.
Yeah.
All different sizes.
Fire ants.
But you know what? I've heard fire ants help.
Oh, they sure don't help my feet when they bite me.
But they're supposed to help eat a lot of the insects. But I think you said you learned somewhere that they actually bring bugs.
Well, no, they. I think you saw something, but what I saw were the old ants back home that they would colonize.
But those are sugar ants.
Yeah.
But what were they doing? Colonizing. Like certain baby bugs or something.
Yeah, I forget what it was. Now that I'm here doing this.
Okay. Back to our
Put it in.
normal time.
Aphids. Aphid. They call them as
Oh,
aphids
okay.
because they eat the sugar from the aphids. So.
Okay, all right.
What is this? Do you have a tried and true crop variety that you always grow?
Lemongrass. That's so easy.
Lemongrass.
And you can cook it with just about anything and everything.
Yeah.
Soup base, fried rice, any kind of marinade that you make for your meat.
Tomatoes. We usually grow tomatoes too.
Yeah, we do. The is it cherry tomatoes?
Cherry tomato.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you planning on trying anything new next year? I don't know because we have so much fruit. We put in so many trees. I think
Okra.
Okra. Okay.
I like them okra. They're very healthy.
Other than okra, it's probably all going to be vegetable next year to try
Cucumber.
to do new
And
things.
cucumber,
Yeah, because really we've focused a lot on
Trees this year.
Trees
that
this
way
year.
they
get established.
mature. Right. Establish and mature.
So that'll be our this year. How do you preserve your crops? We usually don't preserve. We eat everything. We do dry our herbs. We have rosemary. We have sage. We have basil.
Basil.
We have 3 different kinds. We have cinnamon basil, which is also known as Vietnamese basil. We have standard sweet Italian basil, and we have Thai basil. So
And whatever that purple basil is.
purple basil too. Purple basil. Forgot about that.
Is that what it's called?
Purple
Oh,
basil.
okay.
Yeah, purple basil. So we usually will dry those. Other than that, everything else gets used right away. How do you preserve? I'm sorry. What is your favorite meal to cook with veg from the plot? We don't really have a favorite. I'd say since we usually use lemongrass in a lot of our dishes, it's mostly Asian dishes. She does most of the cooking, so and it's curry.
Right. I think once we have our vegetable garden established, then we may have more, choices to choose from when we're cooking. But right now, we don't really have much of a vegetable garden.
Right.
So that's the reason we do a lot of lemongrass in a lot of our meals, because
That's it. All right, well, that's the end of our challenge. I want to thank the Bearded Gardener for challenging me on this. I appreciate that. It was fun. We just kind of did this on the fly. We're supposed to challenge someone, so since I'm the one who usually on YouTube, and I can't challenge the Bearded Gardener, I think I'm going to challenge Picker Rick, Blake Kirby from Daddy Curb's Farm, and the Morning Gardener Show. I'll put everyone's links below, but those would be who I would challenge. The big guys. I mean, I watch John from Growing Your Greens, OK Raw. What else does he have? He has 2 or 3, 4 or 5 channels. Yeah, every OK Raw. So I do like his videos. Ray from Praxis 55712 and the Voodoo Garden. I think he's a pretty cool guy. I like him. So I watch a lot of his videos. But mostly the smaller people is who I interact with. When I say smaller, I mean those people like John and Ray. They have massive amounts of subscribers. Whereas I think I might have 10, something like that.
you're still starting off. You're a newbie.
Yeah,
You're okay.
I'm alright. But I just prefer to watch people who are. It's not like a big ordeal. Which that's what I like about Ray. His don't look to be like some big production. It's what you see is what you get, kind of. So I really like his. And that's what I like about the Bearded Gardener too. I mean, I really like his. I like that music in the background. It's always got that kind of, you just kind of go with the kind of music in the back. I don't know. It's not elevator music, but it's soothing. It goes with the video.
Okay.
So, but that's it. I appreciate you watching this. I think ours is 3 times as long as what most people have had, but we did a lot of ad-libbing here, so we just had some fun. And you got 2 for 1. So
that's right.
that's
Hey, that's a good thing.
that's a good thing. Get 2 for 1 here. So, well, we appreciate it. Everyone have a good day. Be safe out there, and thanks for watching.